3, 2, 1. We're live. Hopefully, we're live properly. Oh my god, my room is echoing so much. I need to make this a little more. What do you call it? Put some obstructions here and stuff. I don't know. Anyway, welcome to my stream. The 24-hour Stanley Parable stream. It's not Tuesday yet. It is going to be very soon. And we are going to go for a single achievement. So when we look into this panel, for the Steam version of the game, which I can only assume is the only version of the game, considering it runs on the source engine, there are some achievements that are available for this game, and they are quite fun. All of them are quite creative in their terms. I have 6 of these. 4 of these are missing. Hopefully, 3 of these we will achieve today. Our primary target is really commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday, which is insane. Of course, they mean 24 hours, from noon to noon. And that is what we're going to go for. I am looking at my lights, and the blue doesn't work. I don't know whether the other colors will work a little better. White is a little too bright. I will actually pull this down. It is almost noon here, but not quite. Never mind. The webcam is new for my streams. It's something I've introduced. I've been told is good for streaming. Anyway, back to the topic at hand. We are going for the commitment achievement, and I decided I want to take a very active part in it and replay the game again in its entirety, and we'll see just what happens on this 24-hour stream. I did have some loose plans of what to do to make it more entertaining, but I don't know whether they are going to be factoring. Well, I'll explain later probably. Right now I want to do some technical stuff just to make sure we can keep the game running for the whole 24 hours. Because if we crash for some reason, if the power goes out or whatever, I will end the stream early, and it really makes no sense to continue because I will want to achieve it some other day too. We'll see. Anyway, there is one more achievement. Go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 5 years. Which, if we look at my library, Stanley, we last played it on September 17, 2015. So it's been well over 15 years. 5 years. 15 would be crazier. But 5 years. So this should be the first achievement that pops. So let's just finish the installation. I installed it yesterday or 2 days ago. It doesn't matter. But obviously it's not. Apparently it's not all finished. Galactic Cafe. Oh. This size of the and there we go, it popped. Go outside. I achieved that. That is brilliant. Now we will have to do something about this screen situation. This makes no sense. Widescreen 16:9, right? That's the one I'm running. 1920x1080 full screen, running a window, borderless window. Perfect. That is a thing that actually what is overlay position? I'll do top left. Advanced? Is there something else that I need to be? Uh, Put it on high. What is going on? Multi-core rendering. Perfect. This is an old game. Like, it's old as balls. So, I don't know what else. What kind of other settings. Eight times MSAA. This should be all fine. Effect detail. High. Everything high. Okay, I'm happy with that. Please restart. What? What is going on? There. Okay. Oh, that's because... Yeah, that's fine. We were in the advanced section. Okay. I'm wondering how good this game will actually look now. I don't know. Keyboard, mouse, reverse mouse, mouse sensitivity. And we can click away from the game. It will drop it, but hopefully that won't mess with the achievement. From what I've heard, you can actually minimize this game and still get the achievement, which is exactly what I would do when I would click away from it. I will actually hook it up to its own source, so that I don't have to show my desktop. Not that it would be embarrassing or anything, but I guess I will just put the game in as a source. So if we Stanley, nope, make a new one. This should be fine then. Underneath this, and so if we turn it back on, oh yeah, it's all well and dandy. It's a little too wide. The window is a little too big, so we will resize it. And now we actually look at it. Oh, this should be great. Yeah, everything's visible. Okay, don't know what's happening to my cursor. That's better. Edit keys. Duck. We can actually duck in this game. We can jump. That is going to factor in later. Or it's not, actually. One of the achievements was that was to try to jump, attempt to jump. That didn't work. I don't remember much about this game, about how to control it. Of course I remember the game, and it's like narrative suggestions and all this kind of stuff, but I don't remember the particulars of this video game. So anyway, it's a little till midnight. We will, I don't know, I'm not gonna probably wait in the menu for midnight exactly, but I will launch it earlier. But maybe while I'm in the menu, I will explain the plan for the stream. I'm planning to stream for the 24 hours, as the title suggests, as the achievement suggests. However, I'm probably gonna split the stream itself into smaller parts. So I will take little breaks where I just pause the stream, just to split the video file. Because I re-download everything from Twitch, so I can post it as a VOD later. So that will be a thing. Other than that, I'm I am going to be here for the whole 24 hours, with little breaks for, like, I don't know. I will obviously need some food. I will take toilet breaks. I don't have a little bottle here that I could pee into. That is not a thing. By the way, yeah, we will have to also probably make sure the game audio is well equipped to be streaming. I do wonder. I should probably listen to my stream. Hold on a second, man. So, all right, I think the in-game audio is miraculously actually going through. Oh yeah, and I am going in the background as well. I will have to turn that off. I will just make sure that uh, I can't actually select the source. I will have to actually get some headphones and try it. So give me one more second, and that should be all the technical stuff done. I might bring that laptop around later on just to monitor the stream. I don't know where I would put it though. It doesn't matter, I guess. It does seem like the game is a little quiet, which is unfortunate. And but again, it's for some reason it's going through the right audio channel, which is weird because I haven't hooked it up. It's going through all the audio channels. I don't know. It doesn't matter. I will put it slightly higher. Hopefully I won't break it for any other scenes. Let me just pop in here. Yep, I made it higher. God damn it. Sometimes OBS is a little confusing for me. That's the life of the streamer, I guess. Yo, by the way, I actually wanted to turn this off. That's fine. It was around minus 17 decibels for other games. It's fine for this one. I will actually turn it down for myself though. The audio is a little too overpowering, which is it always stresses me out. I always am a little sidetracked by it. But this is okay. All right. The good thing I can actually turn it down and separately from the stream, so it's fine. Okay. I guess we'll begin 10 minutes earlier, but we want to be running it. We want to be running the game for the entire duration. By the way, okay, well, I'm here, and hopefully we won't get back to the menu. Or I don't actually remember how you reset the game. That is a little bit of a mystery to me. It might be that we go back to the menu a few times, but from what I know, and at least I'll test this with the new source, is that you can actually enable achievements. When you enable them, you receive one. So let's see. And it didn't pop on the screen, unfortunately. So I will actually probably have to use the source as the monitor and not the game itself, because we would not see it. And saves are enabled, which is you can actually save this game. That much I remember. Anyway, okay. I will begin the game as it stands, and see where it takes us. So yeah, my plan is to... I've played this game before, obviously. I won't get the achievement for returning back after 5 years. Apparently, I've played this game for 4 hours in total. So I don't know how we're gonna exploit this game for the 24-hour period. What else is there to like find out and stuff? I did such achievements as click a door for, what was it, 888 times? No, it wasn't that. It was like 420 or something. I did that achievement. I did the achievement with the speedrunning, which took a few attempts. So I've actually played this game substantially, I would say. I did discover most of the endings, though probably not all of the endings. And it all took me just 4 hours. So we'll see how much we can juice this game for the 24. I know 4 of the hours can be easily wasted on a certain mini game that is inside, but well. So okay, I'll just start our first run, and I'm actually going to try to emulate the way I played it for the first time. It's not going to be the same, obviously, but I guess I'll spare the commentary for later, and we'll discuss this game's premises and stuff. But this was genuinely my first playthrough. The way I'm going to try to emulate it now. And I'm excited to actually see how the game starts when we haven't played it in ages. The end is never the end. The end is loading.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Is it too loud?
Stanley
now?
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
427.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
Look at the way the office is
And then
isolated.
one day, something very peculiar happened.
Oh no.
Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong.
We're in game engine.
Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, so yeah, I did that.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Should I turn on the subtitles? I will actually. Extras. Where was it? Video? Audio. Closed captioning. Yeah. Subtitles only. Yeah. Let's try. That's fine. 420, my favorite door. I don't remember how to use things. Is it F or E? It's gonna be one of them.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. I went through the door on the left. Did I? As Stanley. The first time I played it, I actually did this.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
And yeah, indeed, that is what I did in the end.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Alright, so you can be very disobedient to what the narrator actually tells you.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
It's actually a nice looking room. So I will have to, yeah, we have to proceed through this
But
hallway.
eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, yeah. I was tempted to go through forward, but nope.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Yes.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
It's locked. Okay, so it's E to use things. Actually. And you can use you can use things occasionally.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
So, we will try some other password. What was it? 28045, sorry. 2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Yeah.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845. Stanley simply began and 2845.
Ah. Okay.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
There's a loading screen. Oh, that's bizarre. This game isn't
Deeper into
very...
the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Yeah, and that's about the point where I was like, fuck that. Mind control facility, that is just... I was willing to play along, just for the fun of it. But as soon as I saw this giant thing, I had to escape. It was a sort of late disobedience, right? But yeah, my first playthrough was actually going through to the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
And if I remember correctly, I actually went back.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it and realized he simply had too much to live for. Nope, still on board with death.
Let's exhaust those options, actually. No, he doesn't comment on it any further. Obviously. Okay, well, let's go towards death. Or escape, or whatever. It might be both, right?
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Okay, hopefully they won't shut the door now. If I walk back through them. Oh, they might shut these door. I'll not risk it. So there is an interesting thing at the end of this hallway, which will... this is where I got my first achievement, by the way. I guess it must have been the first achievement, right? I'll explain later.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Hell yeah. No, I still believe it's escape. Unlike your narration. Holy shit, I actually plunged towards my death. This would kill a man. This drop. Okay.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this life is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. So he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
And yeah, this is where I was like fervently trying to jump. And it didn't work.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
There are some just cardboard boxes stacked here. This is funny. If I could do anything about them, like I could toss them around.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
So we're coming up to a very mindfuck place.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
No, not necessarily. But yeah, you can imagine my sort of disbelief that this sort of thing coming up to this as the first thing that you as the first ending that you actually receive was a little weird. This is the museum ending, as it's known, and I'm not gonna spend a lot of time here, but I will come back to it later, eventually, right? What are these messages, by the way? I don't know what these are real or not. It would be cool if they were real. Anyway, because this is an obvious spam okay, are you gay? Okay, ding dong. Well, this is probably not real. Anyway, we will come back to the museum eventually. We just need to find a way out here. Out of here. There is a way out, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is it this? No, that's monitor room, elevator. Yeah, the exit. So we will come back here and explore once we're a little more familiar with the game and its mechanics and sort of its endings and narrative.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another?
No, not really.
No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
I cannot see it because we haven't played the game for much.
But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
Ouch. So yeah, we're not doing that. We cannot quit the game. We have to play it for the entirety of the Tuesday, which is kind of fitting and kind of fun to actually engage in. I don't know. This doesn't restart automatically, I see. Resume the game. Okay, begin the game again then. I guess there's no point in saving. We don't have any saved games, by the way. So we will go back to the start. What I'm actually gonna do now. Should I pause it? I'll leave it here. What I will do now, I will advertise the stream a little bit. I will put it on Facebook among my friends that I'm live streaming, and whether someone wants to join, whether someone's bored out of their mind on this free day, and they want to stop by and say hi, I guess. And I'll also post it on Reddit. I'll be cheeky and put it on. The game is still running, by the way. Hopefully it won't crash. Yeah, it's fine. It's just minimized right now, as you can see in the bar, at least when you see the monitor. And I will actually. Why do I have it twice here? So I'll just quickly post these posts. I've never told anyone really that I'm streaming, or I had never told anyone my channel name and stuff. So it feels a little weird dropping this message here, but I want people to come. I genuinely want people to engage in the stream as well. So yeah, I'm posting it on Facebook, and I'll be posting it on Reddit in the Stanley Parable subreddit. And hopefully I won't minimize the game much beyond this point, but there we go. Post, I guess. There we go. We're back. Hold on. I'll just turn on OBS as well to see chat and stuff. This is nerve-wracking every time calling this back. Hopefully we'll get this get the achievement. The worst thing that I can imagine is that we don't get the achievement at the end of the 24-hour period, and I would have wasted my time here pointlessly. At that point I would probably leave it running some other Tuesday, but we'll see. It's too early to actually call it quits. Anyway, we're back, and we're back to the narration. We will miss on the intro with these restarts. We can restart the anytime though. Begin the game again. So I don't know whether I should explain it to the new audience what is going on here, but okay.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yeah, the narration changes slightly based on your decisions in this game. We will see the effects of it eventually. Right now, I don't know what ending to go for next. So,
no matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
And there's a lot of content to explore. So this game incentivizes you to run around a lot and just try to figure out ways to or try to figure out things to do here. Yes, and the interactions are interesting because you can interact with very random objects throughout the game, and oh no! All right, we didn't close ourselves off.
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
No, thank you. So the narrator actually does not shy about this being a story, and he really drives home a lot of the times that this is a narrative. First and foremost, it's not a very gamey game, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, considering I don't have an audience yet and stuff, I guess I will just pick fairly randomly or exhaust the options that, well, until we have anyone in chat, which I don't know if anyone will come. For the whole 24 hours, I might be alone, actually. But I don't know what to go for first. I guess I will go now to do what the narrator... sorry, I'm actually blocking my face with my hand. It's new for me. I haven't a webcam. But what I will do first, I guess, is follow the narrator's path this time. Because if I remember correctly, that would have been my second decision here. Yeah, after I've actually looked around in the museum and such. And I don't remember any of my choices beyond that point, so hopefully we have some audience members after that. And can I go back? Nope. It locks the door. There's nothing to do. By the way, you eventually give up trying things.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
And yeah, we have 24 hours to play this game again. I said that I played it rather exhaustively the first time around. And yet it only took me 4 hours to get, I'll say, bored of it. It's not really a game you can get bored of, but because it's more like it's a different kind of experience than one you could rate on this scale, I guess. But before I realized, okay, well, there is an achievement to come back after 5 years, I will do that. I will actually wait 5 years and not touch this game, and eventually find my way back to it, which I did, and I do with very few games, but I did with this one. So we will probably come back to this room and read all this stuff, because as you can see, all of these assets are pretty much unique, right? There's not a whiteboard that would be the same, which is just as well. We can watch the entire presentation, I guess. There's just tons of options we can do. A broom closet. So
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, well, let's do that again then. Still no other way. Executive bathroom. Cannot go there. Oh, we can. To be rich, is it a crime? Yes. To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life it would be to have to pick just one. There's no narration for going into the executive bathroom. That's weird. And I thought it's closed before. That it's locked. It wasn't. It's interesting. Oh, hold on. What the fuck is this business strategy? Oh, we can call ourselves an elevator. Actually, the narrator doesn't say anything about that. That's very odd. usually the narrator starts commenting on you. The white door is so out of place here. Sorry, I get sidetracked easily. What was I saying? Yeah, that the narrator
Stepping into
usually
his manager's office,
comments
Stanley
on you.
was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Nazdar. Kvůli tobě teda chvíli budu mluvit česky, protože tady stejně nikdo jiný není, takže... No, ten chat scrolluje ze spoda. Kruci, to budu muset opravit asi.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Tak jo, pojďme rovně. Přesně jak nám říká. Protože v té hře je achievement za to, že to hraješ celý úterý. Takže jsem začal o půlnoci a podle všeho to budu muset hrát do půlnoci konce dnešního úterý. A jsem využil toho, že je státní svátek a nemusím do práce, no. Tak trávím svůj čas takhle.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Doufám, že tě nebude pohoršovat, když budu vklouzávat do angličtiny, protože to pak budu nahrávat na YouTube jako takový 24-hodinový záznam tohle playthrough. Anyway, and I'm sorry, I'm slipping into Czech as well. This is also weird that the narrator doesn't tell you everything or rather Stanley did. Right, we had to push the button on our own volition, which is a little odd. But it plays into the narrative as well, and we'll explore further how exactly. Oh yeah, I remember this room, or this part actually. This is exactly where you start the speedrunning strats and well, I don't know if you can do it without actually skipping.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Which one were we? 427, I believe. I don't see the numbers anymore. I don't know whether they... Oh yeah, 427. Are we? Employee 427. That's where we are. Yeah, that's our office. That is our office. What is this luxury chair? Some of them are fired. That's just unfortunate. And yeah, there's no one. They've all been whisked away.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Hi, I've actually just started, right? Or I've been playing for
He refused
34
to believe
minutes.
it. He couldn't accept
This time around,
his
though.
own life in someone else's control. Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
It is not my first time playing it. I'm gonna be transparent. It is actually, I've returned to this game after 5+ years to get the other achievement as well. Thanks. That would be great, actually. So yeah, I've come back to this game after a long period of not playing it. It was last time I played it in 2015. Of course, I popped one of the first achievements I popped, or the first achievement I popped after turning it back on was the go outside achievement. And now I'm going for the Tuesday achievement for the commitment, of course.
The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
All right, then. I don't know if I would actually say excited. I've actually only found out about the existence of what is going to be an Ultra Deluxe edition of this game rather recently, as this game wasn't on my mind actively for the 5 years that I decided I will not play it. I've actually only found out that they are going to release something else, and it should have been released. Shouldn't have been. I remember seeing some news that COVID actually delayed it, as it did many other things. Facility power, yeah, that's where we want to go, right? If we want to follow the narrator this time. Oh, we have a decision here.
The source of the room's power. He knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Should we then? Mám zmáčknout vypnout nebo zapnout? Bezděl. Rozhodnutí je tvoje. Jestli to ještě si teda. I'm sorry if I've been slipping into check. Yeah, I'm interested. I don't know what it's gonna be like. What the substance of the remake is like. Is it supposed to be like a remake, or I assume there's gonna be some new content. I don't know what the push behind it is. Like, I don't know why make a sequel, or why not make a sequel or something like that. It's weird to remake this game. I remember the first one was actually, or this one is actually also a remake of a mod, right? That's what I've been trying to study up on this game actually a little bit for the stream, so I'm not going into it super blind. The update includes better quality and more endings. More endings. That's interesting. Yeah. I don't know. This is very, in terms of quality, like it's obvious it's a dated engine, but otherwise it's fine, I guess. What is in the corner of the screen there? Mind control. I can't quite make it out. Anyway, so yeah, off, right?
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Yeah, this is I love the presentation of this thing, like when it slowly descends, and it's, I don't know, it feels like it's one of the more dramatic endings, definitely, because it's not like a a back and forth between the player and the narrator. It's actually got a lot of presentation to it, which is so good when you compare it to the letdown of, or rather the anticlimax of you just following orders fairly blindly, just like following the narrators. Well, not necessarily orders. It's not like the narrator orders you anything most of the time, but really just following the description. So it is a little odd.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
This feels so silly. Really does, this ending. But in the context of the game, it is interesting. And it's interesting also that it restarts you automatically. You don't have to do it manually. I don't know if that's actually common for most of the endings. I don't quite remember. I am going to minimize the game one more time. I need to fix the chat. The chat is behind my webcam, which I did not remember that it scrolls from the bottom, not from the top. I don't know if I can change it to scroll from the top, just so I don't have to redo the whole overlay, but give me a second. I'm sorry about this. So yeah, I have it hooked up through Stream Elements. My dashboard, is that it? Ugh. Activity feed, not necessarily. Where is it? Streaming tools. There we go. My overlays. Okay, the preview is fine, but I need to actually edit it. I'm sorry I don't see live chat right now, so if anybody's typing anything, I will be right with you. Settings, checker chat, white chat, I don't show messages permanently, position, style and size, rotation, I don't necessarily want that, text settings. Someone criticized me for the font, actually. I have it in Times New Roman. I don't know who. Line height, letter spacing, secondary text stroke, text shadow. None of this helps me. I will probably have to shrink it. Anyway, I will have to drag it and make it smaller, which I can just what? What? No, that's not the layer I want to resize. Oh no, I have to edit it manually, I guess. No, that's not enough. 875, let's try that. No, that's still too big. 840. Let's see how that looks. I can't actually, yeah, I have to save it first. I don't know, 800 pixels. Yeah, and it deleted every message. Okay, that's fine too. That's just okay. Why not? Why not, I guess. I guess I'll have to write my own messages. Test. Okay, yeah, this is actually a good size. This is pretty decent. Okay, back to the game. Back to the game. The game is still running. Ah, thank God. Okay, hopefully the minimizing doesn't mess with it. I've read it on multiple Reddit threads and other discussion fora that it shouldn't mess with the achievement, so that's fine. Okay, which ending shall we go for next? Of course.
Already this was uncomfortable, and Stanley decided that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
I think we missed a little bit about staying in the office for that long, which is a good indication that the game was still running as it should. So yeah, we're gonna be exhausting our options, I guess, trying to find new endings. One thing that I wanted to do with this stream was to just explore this game in all its sort of narrative implications and just meta narration and you know, all of the things that make this game great. To actually just engage with the meanings behind this and all of this stuff. What convinced me was actually a video that I was watching as a source, as one of the things that I would want to use. I'm sorry, yeah, okay, sorry, narrator.
He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
Thank you. Yeah, anyway, as I was saying, I don't know whether I should put it into a menu or something. But I want to put it in, I don't want to go into menu as much because someone warned me not to put it into the menu. Either way, so yeah, I wanted to like really comment on this game and it's all of its implications and all these stuff, but actually one of the videos I watched convinced me to do otherwise and just explore the game as it is. And if we want to comment on it, I will come up with it on the fly. I'll explain later, I guess, what convinced me.
Open doors. He entered the door on his left.
So let's go through the door on the left and figure out all the stuff. Of course, I did read up on this game. I'm not going into this all blind.
Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Well, while we're here, and I don't know whether we will come back here many times, but I guess we can just explore all this stuff, which I am pretty sure I did not do the first time I was playing this game. So meeting room, floor 4XX. 4XX. I can't open the door anyway to check. Group cabal planning. What cabal? Meeting schedule. Monday, weekly targets admin, marketing Mondays. 451's private time. Question marks. Group 40X, group 45X. This what is that? Box is too small. Tuesday, termination Tuesdays. What? Nice. Office efficiency, legal. Group 41X, group 46X. Do not alter without consulting whiteboard manager. It feels like it would be very easy to alter. Wednesday, IT department, we're broke Wednesdays, financial panic meetings, boss's inspection, 8bird. Thursday, mergers, ideas plus development, group, blah blah blah, pre-review of weekly review, parking floors meeting, what to do about 432, don't tell 432 about me meeting, and office party. By the way, it is Tuesday, so what should be going on, and I don't know, there are no hours, but either it's termination Tuesdays. What if this is a story of how everyone got fired except Stanley? Office efficiency, legal, yeah. And group 41X, 46X, we are group 42, right? We should be here on Wednesday. We are here a day earlier, so that might also explain all the fuckery. Targets. Push for funding for R+D of new coffee machine. Okay. Standardize graphs 40x wide. Not cost efficient. Which graphs? Get Chris out of the broom closet. Oh, that's a good Easter egg. I know you can get into the broom closet. Synergize papers. Hire someone to synergize papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire somebody to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets of the topic of, and this is deleted, I guess. The future was yesterday. Tomorrow is now. Tomorrow. Complete today's unfinished agenda items. Write next day's agenda. Reflect. Employee 417, 49, 431. Yeah, and there's no mention of Stanley anywhere. Ooh, you can step on the chairs. A little bit, I guess. Not necessarily. Okay. We can jump. We know that. We know that from an achievement. Okay, what else is on the desk? Let's exhaust this room. Just like exhaust it for content. Whether we can actually. Can I actually get on top of this? Is it possible? I don't know. It might not be. I wish I could read all of it. All of it. I'm stuck here for 24 fucking hours. Sorry, I didn't want to curse. That is not necessarily my style. Is the lighting trash in my room, by the way? I don't know whether to turn the lights off or not. Also the audio. Okay, let's check the whiteboards. We might come back later when we figure out how to climb on chairs, because I also know that is possible from my speedrunning days. bi-quarterly post-review review. We need more or less reviews. Less reviews. 402, 405 want to get rid of the death sport portion in the primary review schedule. What? But I think that's a stupid idea. More water coolers, more water heaters. Sorry. Charts need to be more hip to appeal to teenage demographic. Fight teenagers to put in teenage demographic. Big net, some sort of child trap. Work harder, hard worker. Okay. That's funny. Teenagers, size of demographic. Space between the teenagers. A lot of percent. Throw something in the ideas bin. Actually pretty good doodle. No more bins. 10, 20, 30. No more bins, trash cans. Renaming of the ideas bin. Firing of me. Okay, someone wants to get terminated. What do people want? Things. Generally, that I would agree with that. Happy feelings. Apparently not. Someone crossed it out. Mike James, you are fired. Okay. Money. More money. So far, so good. Things, but with money to buy more things. Yes. That is a good life balance. When you have money, and you also have money to buy more things. You have things. You have things, and you have money to buy more things. That's an ideal situation. Graphs. Graphs about things plus money. I don't know who I would actually. I'm sorry. Excuse me.
I think I have nothing better to do with my time than to sit around and describe every fascinating little detail of his inability to do anything.
Well,
this is why Stanley and I are on such good terms.
You've been demonstrating that that is a thing you do, though. So don't pick up that tone with me, okay? The stock market is somewhere here. Colored in segment. What is that? Pie. Stripes. Requires more secondary research. Target demographic. Teenagers. What is hot? Profits, profits, profits. I feel like I'm gonna be interrupted eventually again. I don't have zoom vision. To do, synergize core value expenditures. That's the second time we're using the word synergize. Shift global market parade. Really? Monetize free to play. Really? How old is this game? Was that a thing back in... Everyone is unique. You, most of all. Number of slides on this slide. Charts and slides. Charts, slides. Very useful pie chart. Rated with charts on the same slide depict the same information. Oh my god. Rate of increase in graphs per slide. Please, no more charts. Please, I'm beginning. The boss appreciation minute. On your boss appreciation minute worksheet, circle the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out in triplicate. I can read that in time. Solving interpersonal conflict. If you ever find yourself in a conflict, like with another diligent employee like yourself, but more inclined towards conflict, what are your dreams for the future? I think I'm gonna stop reading this, just by virtue of me not being able to read it in time anyway. Talk less. Don't get fired. You can read it, right? I'll let you drink it in. There's no one else anyway. How many slides are there actually? I stopped counting. I don't know if I should do another round. Again, everyone is unique. That was the first slide we actually started paying attention to. So that's one. That's two. Okay, no, I'm not gonna count slides. Okay, well, I think we exhausted this room. I'm sorry you had to wait for me. There is the broom closet still. And there is a broom.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Well, that's not what I did, but... Okay,
There
yeah.
was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow. Just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, there is reason. You are narrating it.
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Didn't expect that that response.
Are you really still in the broom closet? Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because you're
Please offer me some
talking.
explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because you are talking. You are actually providing new information.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever.
Are you right
I
in
never would
that?
have thought to mention it. Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friend,
Maybe.
you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favorite." I hope your friends find this concerning.
Oh yeah, I'm so glad I actually turned on subtitles. I wouldn't have seen
Stanley
this.
was fat and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
I never got
I've
this,
come to
by
a
the
very
way.
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead.
Am I?
You got to this broom closet, explored it a bit, and were just about to leave because there's nothing here when a physical malady of some sort shut down your central nervous system and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. He or she has fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place at the computer, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful commentary of this game is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, so apparently someone can... I'm alive, by the way. You don't have to listen to the narrator. I'm fine. It is interesting, though, that he started with mocking Stanley and being angry at Stanley, mostly, but then actually addressed the player. That is a interesting shift of this broom closet ending, as it stands. I never got this on my first playthrough, by the way. It never occurred to me to just walk into the broom closet. Mostly because by the time I've actually been walking through this hallway for the Xth time, right? I was actually, trying to attempt... Thank you.
Second player. It's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Are you sure?
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay. No further commentary. Okay. Because, as I was saying, by the time I reached the broom closet, I actually have been trying all the other stuff, all the other things to interact with everything that came into my path. So by the time I reached this one, I was kind of used to the use key not doing anything, which comes into play in this game, from what I understand. And from
coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
yeah, so let's walk upstairs again. I think this was my initial sort of my initial thinking when I played this game was to actually follow the path as the narrator tells, to explore all the branching paths by eliminating one by one. So genuinely, these endings that the narrator actually tries to push you through tended to be my first ones, just by virtue of me following the instructions the first time around anyway. So, and I don't know whether there's some hidden Easter eggs to interact with, or there is this elevator, which I don't know where it leads, but I know it was one of those things that I called here, right? And I was like, no, let's actually try the first one. What is going on in here with the graphics, though? You seeing this? Yeah, you are. It's weird.
The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Could he really be all alone? This was too much for Stanley to take. Too much for any man to take. He fell to his knees, bursting into half moans, half sobs, the guttural retching of life from a man denied any hope, any reason to
I
keep
shouldn't be
going.
too loud.
Here on the floor,
It's
he lay
1 a.m.
prone,
here.
paralyzed by fear for nearly a full hour. But when at last he began to
For a
move
full
about and
hour?
survey the situation, he found a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could it mean? Was it a sign of hope for Stanley's future? Alas, it was not. For although this keypad guarded the terrible secret of Stanley's past, it had been assigned a 4-digit code so devious and so random that no man could ever hope to guess it. 2845. Statistically, nearly impossible to guess blindly, ever. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
So we're 3 runs in, and we already see that the narrator lies. Even though we follow his path, he lies. Obviously lies because we were not here for an hour, and I'm not planning to be here for an hour. Not anymore anyway, because I already did the things that he talked about. But it is interesting to learn that the narrator actually describes things that are not real, which is important to sort of realize, I guess, now that I think about it. Because, well, yes, this I don't know, the canon ending is the one where you follow exactly what the narrator tells about Stanley, but it's not necessarily true that you following him would be anything to go by if you sort of follow the description. It does not necessarily there is an element of like, yeah, trying everything, and a lot of it that the narrator leaves out, and that is just all part of the elusive nature of the descriptions. So yeah, you eventually get back here. Wow, there's no Easter egg here. That's a shame. This is such a perfect place for something different. So yeah, back to the mind control facility, and this time we will actually refuse to turn the machine off. We will actually turn it on. I guess the implication here is that it is...
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
It is also weird. There's a lot of binary choices. Choices are not pluralized by prolonging the E. But yeah, there is a lot of binary choices in this game, including, and it is interesting, the mind control facility, whether you turn it on or off, which are not really options that make a lot of logical sense, because, well, if you're turning the machine on, it's logically off, right? Or it could be off, or it could be on. What would the on button do then, right? There's like nothing. I guess the implication is that it is on at the moment, and when you turn it on, we'll see what happens, right? I'll show you that now. Yeah, there is this bit where this is where you would speedrun, right? This is how you would do it. You climb this chair, I remember that. Then you climb this desk or table or whatever, and now you're here. You can't drop away. I'm sorry, I just killed myself. And I didn't even kill myself, I just dropped down into nothingness. And the narrator doesn't really care. Which is odd for one reason. One specific one. And I guess we'll come back to it eventually. But I just accidentally ended my run. And there's no commentary on the narrator's part. It's weird. It's really odd. It's almost like the narrator in this part is like activated by the buttons, because he doesn't. And I pointed this out earlier. He doesn't describe you doing anything here when you come here the first time around. So I guess we'll see that begin the game again. We did trap ourselves, unfortunately. Well, unfortunately, I don't know whether it is unfortunate. Let's make a deliberate choice to close our office now.
Were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
So yeah. Then you try to speedrun this game, and I hate Mondays. Thank God it's Tuesday. Let's go through the door on the left again.
Stanley came to a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
I already know where to go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
As you can see, you can kind of break the narration as well. Hopefully not many players would do it the first time around.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean?
Okay, yeah, that's compared to the offices, I guess.
Answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the situation, until at last he discovered a keypad behind the boss's desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
There's also an interesting dynamic in this game in that it has endings, right? And those are like well-defined. parts of this
Stanley
game.
just sat around twiddling his
Yeah,
thumbs.
yeah, yeah.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
So yeah, there are endings proper, but there are also these bits where you can just stand around
2845.
and get some narration, or there is the possibility of inputting the wrong numbers, and that also initiates a response from the narrator, unique to the games.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And
Okay.
Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
This is a very interesting bit. This one with the keypad. Because again, it's just like the narrator, right? That is also an important point. Even though, I pointed out that he lies, and it was on our third walkthrough. But this is also essentially a lie. That we actually, the first time we were here, we guessed the combination. By trying random numbers. They were not random. We knew them from the narrator, right? So that is a blatant and obvious lie, which I don't know whether that's a sign of the mind control, that we knew this.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
And again, right? You come here and you get no description from the narrator. He does not say, Stanley pushed the button with the light bulb on it.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
So this is basically the golden path, I guess. The most straightforward one, which I wish I could read it. I wish I could zoom in. There's an info dump. That is all I can read on this paper, actually. I'm sure someone actually went through all these papers and found what they are stating, but I will not be able to, unfortunately.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This room is also great. We are so unimportant. By the way, also the offices, how very different they are from one another. That's very cool. There's basically no office space that would be repeated, or there might be actually. I can see two that are just flipped. They're just mirrored. But it is a good attempt at doing at creating the illusion that every single screen has a unique office. Except for these two. Yeah, these two are a little... And 436, by the way, yeah, that's also... There is a number on it. So, yeah, the pictures are not... I wish this was one of the things that they actually changed in the Ultra Deluxe edition. That would be very cool if actually every screen had a different picture. Genuinely different picture. But I guess that's a little too ambitious. But yeah, as I was saying, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm probably gonna be tired a lot. 24-hour stream, that's a little crazy. Yeah, as I was saying, this is the golden path, basically, right? This is
This
sort of
mind
the,
control facility,
I will say,
it was too horrible
canon
to
ending.
believe it couldn't be true. Had Stanley
It is the
really under
fastest.
someone's control
If
all
you
this
actually
time?
follow the
Was this the only
instructions,
reason
it
he
is
was
basically
happy
the
with his
fastest
boring job?
path.
That his emotions had been
Or should be,
manipulated
right?
to
Because
accept it by
that's where you
will.
do the... that's where you do the...
He refused to believe it. He
The speed
couldn't
run.
accept it. His own life in someone else's control?
Pirate.
Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible?
What is that pirate
Had
doing
he
there?
truly
What is the
spent
pirate
his
screen?
entire
What the
life
hell does that
utterly
mean?
blind to the world?
There is an employee that is a pirate.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life.
Right.
For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So this goes contrary to my previous assumption. The mind control status is offline, so the mind control machine is actually turned off right now. I don't know whether... And yeah, we can press all of this except for the off button, as it seems. There is a number. Those numbers are fun. For what is to come. I don't want to spoil it too much. But this is going to be a very fun room eventually. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. I will fetch some tea. Hold on, let me just run up the stairs. This is where it came from? Or was it those door? I don't know. There is a number. Yo, there's no door here. There is just a number. Oh. 0142. Okay, 0142. 0521. Oh, there are workers actually. I guess these are worker numbers. None of it goes above the 3 digits. Okay, I'll fetch some tea. So I'll just put on the break screen. Yeah. I'll be back right away. Alright, I'm back. I didn't. I put too little sugar into my tea. Well, I guess you would be content, or some of you would be content. It's a very personal preference, but yeah. Anyway.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
And no, it's not actually true. And let me just see whether there's some narration if we back out of this room. No, there's no special narration. Is it possible to get up there? I do wonder. What is that platform? Was anyone ever there? Can you get up there? Is there a door at the end of the walkway? There is one for maintenance. I do wonder what secrets this game holds. Yeah, so I was talking earlier about rethinking my strategy of going into this game super educated, right? Super knowing about all of the endings and little nooks and crannies and all of the Easter eggs and commentary and everything, and just like fully annotate this game and basically like give you the details of all of its sort of meanings and potentials, even though that's very exhaustive and probably I wouldn't be able to cover it all extensively or exhaustively. But I made up my mind about that, and one of the reasons was that this game's premise is exploration, right? And finding out things on your own. So I decided it would be the best thing to actually do that, to actually be here exploring things on my own and trying to find everything like the other players did, right? I know things though, that is true. I know a lot of the endings and how to reach them, which is not difficult, but there are some that are not very intuitive and that I did look up, and so I'll be showing those off as well, because well, it doesn't matter whether we play this game or not, for the achievement's sake, right? If we want the achievement, we could do this for the whole 24 hours. We could just leave it on, let it run. But of course I decided to live stream it, so I want to show as much of this game as possible. And again, it's probably not going to be exhaustive, because there are some things that I will not do, like cheat. Not necessarily because I would be like, oh, cheating is bad. You shouldn't ever cheat in video games. That's not, I don't have a philosophical problem with cheating. Not even to get the achievement that there is. But why I will not do it is I heard you can crash the game with that. So it's a very practical reason for why I don't want to genuinely go through everything this game has to offer, because there are just things that you cannot reach. There are things that I'm gonna miss, even if I really tried to do everything, including the mini game, the 4-hour mini game. On.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated. All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley.
What?
Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear
Okay,
me,
yeah,
what's
it's
the matter,
just...
Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on
That
every
is what
little
I
thing in
actually
this room.
genuinely did.
These numbered
The first
buttons,
time I was
no,
playing
these
this.
colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
You didn't even get to finish it. And oh, it just restarts us again. And it's different from the previous death. By the way, we died twice. So we experienced 3 endings. 2 of them we died. There is one more way to die. At least one more way I know of. There is the...
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure.
Yeah, you can stay
What if
here.
he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
Okay. Oh no, we broke it, didn't we?
But Stanley simply couldn't
Okay,
handle
yeah,
the
sorry.
pressure. What if he had to make a decision?
No,
What if
I
a
closed the
crucial
door
outcome fell under
permanently.
his responsibility. He had never been trained for that. No.
We can actually end up
This
in a
couldn't
very
go anywhere except badly.
boring
The thing to do
cycle.
now, Stanley thought to himself, is to wait. Nothing will hurt me. Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years
That's the
gone by?
exact same
He no
narration.
longer had the ability to
But
tell.
yeah, he does good
The
on
one
his
thing he knew
word.
for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday.
The narrator does good on his word.
Soon, very soon now,
When he said,
this will
like,
end.
he sometimes
He will
lets
be
me sit
spoken to.
just in
He
my
will be
room,
told what to do.
in my office.
Now
Sorry.
it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
I do wonder if the world is altered after this ending or what have you. So let's see.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
What? Is this random? Or was it because I stayed in my room before? Room. Why do I keep calling it room? It's an office. Awaiting input. Ooh! Input received. There's someone with the same job as I am. Look, I got on the desk. That is wild. Can we do that on in other parts of this game? Oh, you can turn off the computer. That's also satisfying. Of course, your inputs actually do have meaning sometimes.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, let's do that again. I wanted to show you the way to actually speedrun this game. So yeah, you would be like going through these. I'm sorry,
Yet
you
there
wouldn't
was not
get
a
stuck on the
single
door,
person
but
here either. Feeling
you
a
go
wave
through
of
here.
disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
You have to remember the number, of course. What was it? 4285? Is it 4285?
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for
2485.
answers, he began turning the room over, looking for
2485.
clues that might unravel the situation.
No, I don't remember the
Till at
number.
last, he discovered a keypad
We've said it so
behind
many
the boss's
times.
desk. But alas, no code. For this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it
2845. Okay,
number.
2845.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons.
Okay, so you would actually remember
Stanley
the
happened
number,
to remember
and
the correct
just
code
imagine
by
I actually
sheer
put in
luck.
the
Amazing.
correct
He
numbers.
stepped into the newly opened
Then you
passageway.
run this way, push the button. That's fine. You have to go through the elevator and a loading screen. And then press yourself against the grate, which I didn't do because I was scratching my
Stanley walked
hand.
straight ahead
Anyway,
through
you go
large
to the
door
mind
that
control
read
facility.
Mind Control Facility.
And this is where this is the part where you actually do this. You push the button, I
The
believe
lights
so.
rose on an enormous
And then,
room packed with television
Yeah,
screens.
there is
What
a way to
horrible
actually get
secret
onto
did this
the
place
chair.
hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the
If I
strength to
remember
find out?
it. If I recall it. We did it just a second ago. How is it not working anymore? I think I think it stops working actually once you actually open the gate. No, it's fine. Yeah, so you actually climb here, up here, and then you have to run across the railing and be a little careful here. Now, I don't quite remember how to get past this post. There is a way, I believe. You go on the outside. I don't want to fall to my demise again. Ugh, yeah, there is a way to get past this post. Then you climb onto this. Push this button as well.
Jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an
I think you can
in the building.
jump straight here, but again, you should land on the railing just to skip this thing, but it doesn't matter.
This mind control facility, it was too
Well, it matters a little bit, but you have to wait for the elevator anyway.
under someone's control all this time.
I don't quite remember all of the mechanics of it, but I'm just like highlighting that this is an option because the game cannot be completed fast enough when you do not use the skip, if I'm not mistaken.
His own life in someone else's control? Never. It
So
was
we will
unthinkable.
go
Wasn't
back
it?
to the
Was it even possible? Had
Might
he truly
control things.
spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions.
So I don't know which
Or
ending
sad,
we will do
or
now.
content.
I guess no.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power.
I don't know
over
whether you can do
another
anything
human
else
life,
here. Probably
for
nothing.
he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
So yeah, we've seen both these endings. I guess we will not go through that again. That is not very. That is not changeable. But okay, we go back to the
Someone was
office.
following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time.
So let's follow the game's ending. Sorry. Shall we try the speedrun again? Probably not. Okay, let's go
Stanley
through
came to
the.
a set of two open doors. He entered the door on his left.
You can actually enter it very briskly. Sorry, very quickly.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
So this is a pseudo
Feeling a wave
speedrun,
of
but
disbelief,
Stanley
decided to go up to his boss's
we
office.
will ignore the
Coming
broom
to a
closet.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
So as we know, there was an elevator, right? We exhausted both the
Stepping
choices
into his
that
manager's
were.
office,
Oh no!
Stanley was once again
I'm locked here.
stunned to
Oh,
discover not
God.
an indication of any human life. What could it mean, he wondered. Desperate for answers, he began turning the room over looking for clues that might unravel the... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk.
Because we
That
listened
kind
to
of
it so
anxiety
many
isn't
times.
healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
Yeah, so this is not actually good for speedrun. But I do remember that you need to run through it a couple of times.
Feeling
Anyway,
soothed and
right?
rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Because if you listen to the narrator every time before walking through, it is what happens is actually he will do the standard narration, like you came into this office and you turned it over or whatever, all these things. But actually, if I remember it correctly, and we can try it, actually, we have 24 hours to actually do all of the things that you can do in this game. But I don't know if it's necessary to actually use the elevator. I will begin the game again. I don't know whether it registers the...
All of his co-workers were gone.
What could it mean? Yeah, that's...
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
all good at all. I'm sorry. God damn it.
Stanley came to a set of
I actually
two open
slept
doors.
through
He
the
entered
day.
the door on his left.
It wasn't very long sleep, but I made sure I'm
Yet there was not a single person here either.
not gonna
Feeling a
fall
wave of
asleep in the
disbelief,
first
Stanley decided to go up to
couple
his
of
boss's
hours of
office.
the
Coming
stream.
to a staircase,
It might
Stanley
still
walked
happen, like I might
upstairs
take a
to his
power nap,
boss's
right?
office. Okay, I think we all know the drill
Yes,
by now. Blah,
yes.
blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Yeah, so that's... I don't know whether you can trigger this by walking here normally, right? Because I think the narrator, every time you walk here, the narrator will go on his spiel that, you know, Stanley turned around the room around and noticed the keypad, so on and so forth. But if you get impatient, you can actually input the numbers early, and then this happens. The narrator gets tired of it as well and lets you through. So in the speedrun attempt, what realistically you would do every time, even if you know how to exactly climb the chair and stuff, you would have to go through it twice at the very least, because otherwise you're going to be hit with relaxing new age music. So, and I think that makes you not... it took a couple of attempts to actually finish the secret ending. I'm sorry, the speedrun ending.
Already this was uncomfortable.
It's not an
And Stanley
ending itself,
decided
but
that as soon as he found a new space he felt safe in, that he would never leave it again in his life.
right. Okay, so it's pretty random what plays in the initial office visit.
When Stanley came to a set
Let's
of
go
two
to
open doors,
let's go
he
through
entered
the
the
left
door on
door
his
again,
left.
because this is... so we had 1, 2. There
Yet
are
was
some...
not a single person here either.
there are still
Feeling a
options here.
wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, there's the elevator. I don't know where that takes us. I don't remember that. I don't know whether it actually takes us anywhere. It apparently does. Stanley? Did it actually sing Stanley? Is that the narrator's voice? Wow, am I stuck in this elevator forever? This takes so long. What is he singing? I guess this is also an ending. Getting bored now. He actually sang getting bored now. Am I supposed to stop the elevator myself? That's not how elevators work. He's gonna loop back around, or... It feels new, the lyrics. What? I didn't make that out. I wonder whether this is described on the Stanley Parable wiki or whatever the source for this game's knowledge is. It feels like it's starting again. Not necessarily. He didn't sing Stanley again. I'm disappointed. This was with a little more clarity. Nothing. Still nothing. I guess we genuinely need to stop this. Well, I thought the elevator will take you somewhere fun. I do not remember this part. I did not remember this part. Stanley. It actually saying Stanley. I think it's looping around. It's actually going to let me die here. Ugh. Okay. And we're back here. Well, that was it even moving, or was that just an illusion? It was tossing us around for a little while. So yeah, there's nothing to do anymore.
The door, just go.
Okay. Yo, by the way, what if we... Hold on, I want to try something.
A soft wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
Oh, see weather. Can I climb one of these chairs? We'll try it later. Now I have a plan, though. We'll go through the door.
When
on
Stanley
the left.
came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
True. Didn't find anyone
Yet
here
there was
either.
not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up
Upstairs.
to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Here. So, what if you back out of this, actually? Look at this. The door is already open. So this door closes automatically, right? And then it's locked. What if you get locked with it? What happens then? When does it trigger?
Here's the door.
Aha! 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 You fool! I actually got him away early. Yeah, where can we go? Into the executive bathroom? There's nothing new. Is there a new... No. The poem is still the same. We can go back. This door is always locked. Go back to the office. No. Broom closet. There's nothing. Would it still trigger the... No. The narrator is broken. No way. I didn't just find the... Whoa, the projector is off. It's still on, but it doesn't show anything. Oh, the environment is all broken. It's all fucked. What is this? We're back. What? This door is closed? This door is never closed, is it? Oh, it probably is when you make a decision. Oh, this is so eerie. What is going to happen? I am concerned. Turn off all the computers. Are we back home? Oh, hold on. This door is open. Close. No. What is this? No way. What the hell? Where the hell are we? You are now leaving. Oh, oh, we found it. Escape pod bay. Escape pod. Four 430. Where is this office? Is that 429? Yeah, that's actually the room outside of my office. 754. What are all these numbers? Hey yo. So yeah, no, this was intended as well. Hey, wait a minute. How can this level be here as well? This room rather. Oh no. We're walking in circles. This is an infinite climb. No way. This is okay. But the number is getting higher. 756. It was 755 before. It's 757. Holy shit. How far does this go? Is this infinite? Where's the narrator? I feel naked. I'm scared. How far can we go up? Is there an end to this? It looks like there might be. There just might be. So 780, right? That is the last door, actually. That's genuinely the last door. Oh my god, escape pod launch bay. And these rooms are all the same. Okay, I can't see shit. I don't know where I'm going. Oh, there is something. Holy crap. This looks like a torture chamber. Is it actually safe to go in there? Turned off the lights. And I think it stopped. Oh no. It's reloading the game. Well, we didn't escape. That was a lie. Well, that was...
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
It is. That's what the room looks like. Yeah, and by the way, it is the room outside of our office. There behind the window, there's the escape pod. So, what's up? The narrator is confused. This is the first time I've seen him confused. Everything seems normal though. What is going on?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yes, okay, I will. So we follow the narrator once
Yet
again.
there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh no.
Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Why is the broom closet closed?
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, there's nothing different so far. I'll be honest with you.
Here's the door, just go.
Thank you. I'll be honest with you, I knew about that interaction. That is also one of the things that I knew about. But I never went through it on my own. So there you go. That's what happened. You just get to the escape hatch and
Stanley
that's
walked
it.
straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Might as well. See if anything changes.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the
Speedrun
strength
strats.
to find out?
Speedrun strats again. Let's try it again then. While we're here. Oh no. Okay. Well, we won't find out whether something's different or not. There's a little more light this time around. Yeah, last time, because last time I never turned them on. That's true. It only shows that this is a very featureless room. So there is a way to break this. There is a way to break this. And I mentioned that specifically because, and I will show you that interaction. That's also one of the things that I
Someone was following Stanley. He
ran
was sure of
across.
it. If he checked over his shoulder now,
Is
he
it
would
here,
surely
or-
catch them. It was only a matter of time.
Is it here that you can do that? You can climb one of these chairs, and I was initially trying to feign surprise, but oh yeah, there it is. Right, so there is a way to break out of this map right here, right? And jump into the void. Because this window has no collision, even though it is a obvious window. So this is where the escape pod should be, by the way, as well. But it's not. It's just an empty void. So you jump down and you think like, haha, I broke the game. How is this possible?
At first, Stanley
But,
assumed
yeah.
he'd broken the map until
That's
he heard
it.
this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now. You could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
Forever? Well, as long as you're gonna keep me.
There once was a man named Stanley.
Have I ever heard this?
Considered so manly.
Is this a
But the
limerick?
truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable.
Huh?
You too will become quite unbearable.
Play it again, Sam. Yo, this is not terrible actually. I'm not suffering. I don't know what to tell you. I know it's supposed to be punishment, but it's not really. Well, it might start to be if all I'm gonna listen to is this lute. Is it? What is that instrument? I don't recognize it. I'm not a very musically inclined individual. Wow, it keeps going. It genuinely does keep going. It's just like the elevator though, and we've been in the elevator for quite some time, so I'm not particularly inclined to quit now, but it might genuinely be that there is no more content here. And so yeah, there is a way to break out of the map here, and it triggers commentary, which is of course this is basically considered an ending in... Whoa, hold on. So yeah, it's basically considered an ending. However, as you can see, it is possible to break out of the map before you actually reach the mind control facility, and that doesn't trigger commentary, which is... how do you reconcile that? How do you reconcile that? So the game purports that it actually has an answer for everything, but it doesn't actually. There are, of course, again, when you let yourself when you let the doors shut you out of the boss's office, that is also a potentially game-breaking interaction, right? There's genuinely nothing we will learn from this from standing here, is there? Genuinely nothing. So yeah, by locking yourself out of the boss's office, that is basically the same as breaking the game. The game's sort of intended path. However, as you could see, there is also specific unique content. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Specific unique content for doing that. There is nothing for falling on your way to the mind control facility, which is weird to me at the very least, because of the speed run, which it could be possible, I guess, without running on the railing, but the timing would have to be impeccable, and it might be just easier with the railing. The railing might not be necessary, but I might be wrong, so I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I don't think that this ending will actually entertain us beyond this point, so I guess we will have to restart. We're still just... well, that was an ending as well, so I don't know how many endings we are in. 6 now? This game has so many, so hopefully we won't exhaust them. Wow, I turned it all the way around.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
It's interesting that they randomized the very first initial type of dialogue, which is, I guess, just as well, because this will actually make the players aware that restarting the game is not something like that they shouldn't do, or I mean, it's pretty obvious. It becomes pretty obvious when you come to this set of doors, right?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
You can enter the door on your left and listen to the... I'm sorry. Yeah, that must have came out very well. Well, you can listen to the narrator and go through the door on the left. That is a possibility. But also, there is a possibility of going through the door on the right. So, of course, this is the very moment where whatever choice you make, there is one thing that is not a choice, and that is to restart the game and go through the other door. And it is so interesting, so very interesting that the game does this, right? because well, what other game would you be like, I need to restart this in order? Well, I guess it is very frequent, and that is one of the things that this game drives home with one of its endings. I don't know whether we actually encountered it yet. We didn't. I don't know which one states it, but there is a way, or it is a way basically that teaches you that this game's premise is all about it, restarting it. Because let's face it, that's this game's unique design. No other game, well, I guess other games do this. Roguelikes, for example, expect you to reset a lot of the times. But roguelikes also do it in terms of mechanics. The Stanley Parable actually shows that you can do this kind of game design for a narrative game as well. Of course, this is a very specific narrative game, but it is technically possible to introduce this sort of walking simulator. And
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer.
And so you can pique the interest of the player to actually do the stuff differently and restart.
Stanley
Actually,
walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I don't know if you can escape any other door that is supposed to be permanently locked, like this one. If you can back out of these as well, I guess it's possible, but I wouldn't be sure. So from what I understand, hopefully, we've genuinely exhausted everything that is out there, except for save for some dialogue, I guess. But for now, we are pretty much set, and we will go downstairs. And by the way, I need to comment on this. I don't understand how I can be fucking sleepy at this moment. I guess that's just like some human biorhythm thing, but I actually decided to take a nap during the day, and it was not a long nap. I could have slept like 3 hours, 4 hours, something like that. It wasn't longer than 5, because I know I woke up earlier than I was intending to, and also I had a work phone call when I went to sleep, so I was initially planning to sleep for 6, and couldn't because of some clients, so I went to sleep, and it was supposed to be like 5, and then I woke up early, almost an hour early, so it must have been 4 hours at most, and of course that's not a lot of sleep. But then again, I went to sleep early today, yesterday actually, incredibly early. And I also slept the day before, so I don't understand why I'm tired. The only explanation is that is actually night. It is actually night outside, so I guess my body just knows, like, this is when we should be sleeping, dude. What the fuck are you doing? I know we slept through the day, but I'm sorry. There is a Pavlov instinct in you, you motherfucker, that you will want to go to sleep at night, past midnight, definitely, when it's 2 in the morning. Yes, no matter what you play, no matter what you do, no matter how you changed your life's behavior, I will force you to go to sleep. And no, they will not force me today, but as I said, I might take a power nap and just leave the game running, the stream running. I don't know how good an idea would that be, now that I'm live streaming this stuff. Let's go downstairs. We're going downstairs. Just showcasing you. It's very menacing though, this light. What is going on? This is some red shit. And the narrator actually doesn't comment on it as soon as we step on the stairs. I guess, I don't know.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh my god, I actually am.
He imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself.
I would actually go
I'm
to sleep.
through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want.
Is it?
I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
Holy shit. That's where we left, isn't it?
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Am I still moving?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella
Mariella.
woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't.
Okay, that's
It was
what
comforting
that
to
was
think
her
this, and
thoughts,
in a
yeah.
certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Ran. Actually ran. And we're back in our office, are we? It's all a nightmare. It's insane. Okay, so that's the downstairs ending. There's nothing really to do there, I guess. So. No way. Where? Which phone is ringing? There.
Hello. This is a recorded message scheduled either by you or a person in your place of work. The purpose of this message is to warn you about the dangers of recorded messages. If at any time you believe you are listening to a recorded message, please terminate it immediately and cease all flow of information from the recorded message into your perceptual sphere. Thank you, and have a pleasant day.
Wow. What's up with the narrator? Did he stop? Is he gone? Because of Mariella? And because we went crazy? Seriously, where the hell is he?
When Stanley
Yeah,
came
he's
to a
here.
set of two
It's
open
fine.
doors, he entered the door on his left.
Left, okay. Left again. Can we actually save the game? Yes, we can save the game. That's so funny. That's so weird. Why? Why would you do that? I guess, well, you can save it before a decision, right? I'm saving it right here. Save. New saved game. What the fuck? Thank you. Okay. Oh, we have a save here. I do wonder if I reload it. Is it... What? You can save the game, but there's no way to... Is there? Resume the game. Why? Really? I do wonder if it actually automatically resets, if it resets me here. But it has to be automatic, so I don't know. Shall we do
Yet
some
there was
ending?
not a single person here either.
Yo, you can
Feeling
climb
away in
chairs,
disbelief,
so
Stanley decided to go up to his
can I get
boss's
onto the
office,
desk?
hoping he
No.
might find an answer there.
No, okay, deny me the broom closet. I don't know.
Coming to a
I don't.
staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
I suddenly don't care whether the automatic thing triggers, because I would have to actually go through all this way.
Here's the door, just go.
Thank you. Can I type in something into the keyboard yet? 2555? Nothing? No response. Alright then. Let's begin the game again, and let's see if it takes us to the save point. It doesn't. What the hell are the save points for? What are they for? I don't get it. Yeah, I'm getting so sleepy. Holy crap, this is bad. We're supposed to be here for 22 hours. Drink that in, please. Oh my god. I guess I can just stretch or whatever. Can you still hear me? Can you hear me on the microphone? Oh. Oh, goddamn. So this doesn't count as separate ending, does it? Or like nothing's happening actually. Like we can actually stay here in the office and the narrator won't trigger. By the way, the clock that's on the wall, that is not functional, is it? I guess only the second hand is going at any sort of changing position. But I think that the rest of it is painted on, so it does not actually progress time. I might be mistaken about that, but I guess we'll find out in a minute if
Stanley
we can hold
stood
it.
for a
Yeah,
long
that's
time in
one
one
spot.
spot.
It's part of
It's
a game.
part of
Yeah.
the game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure
Shut
he'll
up.
keep up that good momentum. Just a step
Thank
through
you.
this door, Stanley thought to himself. That's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
Yes. Good thinking. So I don't know while we're here. I don't. Shall
No
we do
matter
the
how
window?
hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
We'll do the other one. We'll do this thing again. And we're back.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map.
I love
until
how the
he heard
music
this
stops
narration
too.
and realized
It's
it was
just
part of the game's design all along.
yeah.
He then
That should have
praised
been
the
an
game for its
indicator, by the
insightful and
way.
witty commentary
The fact
into
that
the nature
the
of video game structure
song
and its
ended.
examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be?
Yes,
Why
let
don't
me
we
vote
take a
early,
minute
please.
just to drink it all in.
All of it.
Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
No.
Then in that case, we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
Yes.
Would I have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place.
Well.
Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration?
Well.
And this is Rich. Perhaps
I
you
think we
just
have an
played the
answer
other
for that.
option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones.
Am
Though
I?
if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, that's it. Yeah. I'm actually sick of this guy. Please. Please, free me. Free me. Oh no, he genuinely makes me stay here. It was not a lie. He will just let me sit here for ad nausea. That is incredible. Oh fuck, I'm sorry. I'm so sleepy. Holy shit. And I thought I would make myself some tea and drink that. It's also very terribly cold, which I don't mind, by the way. That's not, I wouldn't complain about that, but I did it for the caffeine, and I don't know whether a warm tea would be better, a little better, but not only for the caffeine, but also waking me up, right? Like, it's a little warmer, so it just pumps my blood into action, or my body. I don't know. Am I making sense? Is that what happens when you drink warm brews? So yeah, we've been live for 2 hours and 46 minutes, which is, it doesn't quite compute. I don't know, 15 plus 19, what is that? Mm. I'm not counting, by the way. That's not why I'm stuck here. I just need to get a little bit of, I don't know, maybe I should walk, take a little hike. Not outside, of course, necessarily, but go for another cup. Just drink all this one. I'm getting myself another cup, so yeah, a little break. I'm not gonna put up the what is it? The graphic. I will not do that this time. Just because I don't want to unnecessarily minimize the window with Stanley Parable. But I will mute the microphone, so that's fine. Yeah, I'm running out of things to talk about. I mean, holy shit, we're not even 3 hours in, and there's already nothing to do. I guess the museum will be a little fun, but we'll see. We'll see. There's still plenty of endings to go for. Not necessarily 21 hours worth, but we'll see. Okay, I'm going for the tea. I think. Okay, I did want to take a little longer to walk around, but I see there's a new message in chat, a new visitor. So I thought I would respond first. Whether you're asking whether I'm just gonna be staring at this screen, are you sick of this gag for 24 hours? No, that's not my intention. I will reset this eventually, or well, I can do that right now. But yes, I am going to stream the Stanley Parable for 24 hours. I'm just one guy. There's no one else here, which is all the more challenging, I guess. But it is my Steam account, and yeah, the baby game ending does take 4 hours. I'm not sure if I'm still going for that though. I don't have a macro that would push the button for me. Don't and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to just like mash the button for the 4 hours in total. I don't know whether anybody did that manually. I mean, I don't know if that's like physically even possible. Because what is that? That's 4 hours where you cannot take a bathroom break. Is that like, I don't know. Is that even possible? I guess I can go 4 hours without a bathroom break, but I cannot control it. So if I actually need to pee, that's over, right? So I would have to find some way to actually map a macro to it or something. The other thing is, like, you don't control anything. You can pause the game. I can pause the game during the baby thing. Is that a thing? I did not know that. I thought you have to genuinely mash the button. I think so. Well, I'm not convinced, but it might be true. And if I want to show everything, well, I mean, I'm already running out of things to do in this game, to be honest. But yeah, let's restart, I guess. We'll figure that out, I guess. We will. There's nothing to do in the office, is there? I never genuinely tried. Bah.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle
Oh no,
the pressure.
I shut myself in accidentally. So I assume you have the achievement for the commitment one?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh my god, what is going on here? Is that screen always on? Don't...
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
This is concerning. These screens... Is this always what happens? You don't have a gaming computer. This game is very old though. What, do you have any computer at all? Or no computer at all? Right. I don't know if I'm gonna be the go-to resource for this, but eventually, as I say, I will run out of things to do here, so I guess I will eventually showcase everything. I can just like Google it and yeah, I think it would run on most like laptops, even. Of course, like I don't want to pretend like I'm an expert, right? But I think it is. It's not bound to be very demanding on hardware. I think it's fine.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, if I'm not mistaken, and let me run this through my head, all the left options are exhausted right now, so we will start to explore the options of the door on the right now. We cannot go back, by the way. It's so weird that these windows have such a loud and overpowering light going through them, because if I'm not mistaken, like there was a full office behind this door, wasn't it? It was not just a hallway. Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that, thank you.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Mm-hmm. Not only that.
Wow. Yes. This room. What a beautiful room.
Okay, yeah, shove
what a
it.
Gorgeous, gorgeous room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Was that dialogue different, though? I don't remember. That's one of the first things we did when we came back around. The first door on the left, did we? Well, I guess we can do that. That's sort of on the way, on the quote-unquote correct
so he
way.
Detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Uh-huh. Right, and this elevator is not like this giant glaring red button is not very tempting to use, is it? I don't think so, boy. Yeah, I'm not falling for this. I'm not going through this door. I am going through the elevator though. Come on. What? Works, actually. We're in the maintenance section now. Did we skip? It looks very similar to the elevator.
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay, we can go back up, can we? Not? Genuinely not. Is it left then?
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake.
Well, thanks. What about this door? No, that's locked.
No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Huh.
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Uh-huh. Isn't it weird that there is a gate that looks like, you know, it leads somewhere, but it doesn't. It's just a wall behind it. Also a very weirdly parked van, sorry. And it's incredible that every van and every car has their lights on in this game, and no way to interact with it. So are we going the right way or not? We can go back. No. No. There's no way. No other possibility than to go down here. And what do I peek through this window? Oh, it's actually the mind control room.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes.
Okay. I have my eyes closed. Where's the pirate?
Who
There,
like
the
you?
pirate.
It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
We'll see. Thanks for restarting for me. I can actually close myself in the office this time, even though
All of his
we're...
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright.
When Stanley... Wait, what?
Oh, there's a little...
No, I
too many
restarted. I
doors.
swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley.
Wow.
Let's find the
Really?
story.
All these doors? I hope they lead to the same place, or I don't know. Oh no, this is a nightmare if I want to explore all of it. Is it possible? No. This is locked, so that is rather refreshing. Where are we? I'm lost. I got lost already.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on.
So
I can
there's...
promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Mm-hmm. So I don't know whether those hallways lead somewhere. Probably not. I
All
hope.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Mm-hmm. Let's go to the meeting room then. And there's no door this time. No door. By the way, just so we're clear, indeed, when you reach this hallway, it is a hallway, so that is good at the very least. But there shouldn't be a window right on this wall when we walk in, because there's clearly a room. And where the hell would that window lead to? But it does. So there is a window.
Okay,
Yes.
yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay. Open the door, please. Thank you. No, I don't think we're missing anything. Does not seem so. Oh, you can actually use things by left clicking.
I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Here it comes, does it? I've never been in this hallway. Never in my entire life.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Fantastic. Oh my god, it's getting worse. It's getting worse, genuinely. Everything's just falling to shit.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley?
Oh
Do you know
wow,
what?
where
Since I've completely
did we come
forgotten
from?
what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win!
Hey, I won.
Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work.
We
and
can
it
quit
really
now.
paid. So, good job. Oh no, I don't feel right about this at all.
Me neither.
We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
I'm sorry,
people win
excuse
fair
me?
and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Now, can I close myself in
All
the
right,
office?
I've got
No.
a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
What if I deviate from the line immediately? Or when it's possible, if it is indeed possible. Where what the hell are you doing? This is not where the story goes. I know where to go. The story is this way.
No, I'm down. We're leaving it up to the line from now on.
Okay. The doors are gone. That is not usual. You're right. I will go back to the adventure line. There's someone playing solitaire. Nice. Hot damn.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can
Okay,
both
I'm not
agree
sticking
that
with
the
your
nature of
line though.
Existence is in fact a byproduct
Okay,
of one's
I'll wait for
subjective
you.
experience of that existence.
I have
right?
time.
Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Oh god, this is worse. Holy shit, is this music going forever? It is. Okay. It's very loud, isn't it? Oh! Hold on. How did I loop back into the adventure line? Where are we? Oh, we've already came through this way. This is unavoidable. Okay. Cute line. Cute line. Who drew this? I don't know, I'm guessing my commentary would be a little drowned in the music right now, so I don't want to change it, so we'll just wait whether this actually stops. There's nothing here, still, we can only follow the line. Where was I? This way, okay. What is going on with the line? Why is it on the ceiling? I
Got the
can't...
music?
Oh,
Go
thank you.
back and look at that fern.
Okay.
Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make
Why do
sure
I
you
not
study
believe
it
you?
closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Okay, will they start the music again? Hopefully not. Can I go back? No? That doesn't trigger anything.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh no. But the line branches now. Or does it? What the hell? Are we following the right line? Oh no, we're back where we started. I see. I'm back in my office. I feel safe. Where the hell was it? Oh yeah, we came... So, yeah, this is where we went initially. That's true. So, it's painted over. Okay. Let's follow the new line. The newly discovered line. That even the narrator didn't know about. And we're back here.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay, it's gonna be even more broken though. No? The line is back. Any comments?
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
What, did you open the door? Okay. The very far door
Now,
on the right.
Yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
Hey, hold on.
Whatever it might be, Stanley.
This,
I'm ready
what?
for it.
How did I appear in this hallway? What? Okay, we're back. You can still progress.
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story.
It's
No
a-
lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
The adventure line is a separate entity then? Is that the suggestion? Oh my god, what is it doing? I cannot get up there. Oh wow, two sets of
A
doors.
choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important, we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute.
Okay. What?
So I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin.
Okay, so
starting
we don't
from
know
the
what it
right,
is.
Let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes,
How is
then
it
by all
clearly
accounts,
yes?
the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay, shall I listen to him or not? Alright, this one is closed anyway. Okay, so we listen to him.
Oh, hold up, what's this?
For 16 minutes?
Confusion.
Is it actually...
You're telling me...
Has
what
it
this
actually
is?
been almost
It's all
17
one
minutes?
giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really... No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean... did we do it?
Yeah, that
Did we
didn't
break the
feel like a
cycle?
victory though.
The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree?
Well,
I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
oh god. That startled me. Alright, what's it look like now?
all
Is
of
it
his
still broken?
co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Oh no,
Stanley
poor
decided to
guy.
go to the
He
meeting.
actually,
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
according to
No matter
schedule,
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
he's very talkative now. Well, the table did state that he will lose his memory of the previous endings. So I don't know. We'll see whether that's true. Again, no door. Oh, there is door.
When
So.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Shall we listen? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, we're back in the left ones. and there's nothing changed, actually.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Hoping he might coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Upstairs. He mentions upstairs very clearly. Okay. Yeah, this ending looks the same.
Here's the door, just go.
Yeah, we know the drill. Begin the game again then. I don't know, I guess. Alright. Nobody's engaging in chat doesn't necessarily mean there's nobody here, but well, my counter looks only shows one person online right now apart from me. So I will take that a little bit of hike because again, I'm so very sleepy, and the last one helped a little. We'll see. I might actually pop the energy drink that I have lying around. I should have made a good supply of those. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry for the yawning. I guess that doesn't make for a very entertaining stream. Holy shit, and we still have 21 hours to kill. Wow. Okay, let me just take a little walk. I'll be right back. I'll actually put the break on there in case somebody returns or a new person comes. Of course, if you're lurking, I apologize for doing this. We'll stare into the computer, okay? That's fitting. Alright, I'll be right back. Hopefully, right back is true.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just stays right where he is, I'm sure he'll keep up that good momentum. Let's observe the genius at work.
All right, I'm back. Whew, didn't know what to do to wake up. I don't. Whether someone. Oh my God! The clock is actually moving. The clock is actually moving. It's not just painted on. This is a functional clock. That is wild. We can just stare at the clock and wait till it hits midnight. Well, noon, I guess. Uh, Also, I just remember the intro cinematic mentioned that Stanley worked for about an hour before, well, was in his office for about an hour before he started suspecting that something's wrong because no commands came. Uh, well, what does that mean? He actually starts his shift at like 10 a.m. Not 10 p.m. does he? Uh, that is weird. But okay, there are a couple of details that I would expect from the deluxe edition to be. Uh, well, I don't want to say fixed, but made a little better. Um, just like these kind of details, it doesn't matter. Like ultimately, who sits here stares at a clock. But it is wild that it's moving. That it's actually a functional clock. That is surprising to me. It seemed like it wasn't moving before, but I guess that's because I wasn't sitting here for as long. Anyway, well, I took a little break, a little hike. I did not know what to do to wake myself up. I was thinking of bringing the Red Bull or whatever is there, but decided against it ultimately because I still have the tea, and the tea should help a little, I guess. I know there's caffeine. What am I saying? Caffeine, but I don't know if it necessarily helps from tea. At the very least, it's a little weird. Also, the chat is a little cut off, isn't it? On pause the game. No, it's fine there, but the baby game ending. Yeah, there's a whole word missing in my overlay. I should amend that as well. This is terrible. People will have to think. What am I babbling about? Yeah, as I was saying, I was actually taking a hike, and I don't know. Do you have any idea? Anybody? I don't know whether I'm not alone here again, but anyone have a suggestion how to wake yourself up if you feel sleepy, if you actually feel a little tired? What to do? Because I tried to do some quick squats, a push-up. I didn't want to push myself too hard into those because I would only realize how incredibly weak I have become after not actually working out right for ages now. So yeah, I don't know. It's terrible. I'm looking at the webcam. How much dead space is above my head? Right here. It's just a blank, empty, white room, and that is just a goddamn shame. I should put something up there. I don't want to zoom in my camera too much because it would limit my ability to move around and find all kinds of useful positions. But yeah, so I tried to work out a little bit, just to get the blood pumping. I went to fetch the tea, and now I'm back here, and it feels like I did nothing at all. I felt a little invigorated before, like for a second. That is gone. That is unfortunately over. So I guess we'll run into the office again and continue looking for endings. By the way, we've exhausted everything on the left door. What's left is the right door. What's left is the right. Anyway, so there are only options in the right door now, and if I remember correctly, there's not very many of them. Of course, we will be coming back to one other option on the left door, that is the museum ending. Again, something that we will spend a lot of time in. And I'm thinking of like saving that one for the end of the stream, basically, because like they the woman kind of advises you to quit the game. So if we could quit the game once we have that achievement, that would be lovely. But unfortunately, not happening. Anyway, I guess I will run out there again and do this, but goddamn, I don't know whether. Well, I promised myself I will take the breaks from this thing as well, from the stream itself, just to break it up into smaller video files. And it's closing in on the 4th hour of my streaming. It's not necessarily the 4th one, but I feel like I shouldn't pause this for very long periods, because it would feel like, what the fuck? You're offline, dude. You said you will be online for...
Odjeď pryč a nikdy se už neukazuj.
Nice. Oh my god, I still have the check follow button there. I need to come up with something new. But it played rather well, at least on my end. It always seemed broken before the follow. What did I say? Follow button? No, I meant follow. What is that? An event overlay thing? What do they call it? Yeah, just part of the overlay. It always felt broken. Like the audio was out of sync with the GIF, and it played normally right now for me. So that's good. Okay. Shall we go back to the door choice and walk through the right door?
I can't wait to tell this story to my co-workers, Stanley thought.
That's a new piece of dialogue.
Oh, won't we all just laugh and laugh at the time I thought everyone had gone missing?
What a dreary office, by the way. There's no windows. So this guy at least has a window into the office. Stanley doesn't have any windows of any sort. I don't know if these would be useful, actually. White glare. There's nothing behind them. Also, which is just look at the disposition of this building, right? There is a window that leads somewhere this direction, and then you actually walk here though, and you look through that door over there, and it is there's a hallway, and of course you don't see its end, but even if it ended like, I don't know, say at the level of this window, even if it ended way earlier, just like we wouldn't be able to see the wall, still it quite doesn't explain the window. And what is that super loud white glare, which only emphasizes the fact that this might be a white building. You think that's a wall. That's a very shiny wall, by the way. I don't know. It kind of feels like this place is just genuinely a very mindfucky thing that. Oh, this is so well. We could actually walk into this room before. That's wild. I'm sorry. It's just that this sort of symbolizes that this is a very like a very alien sort of workplace. Of course, like naturally everyone goes missing and there's a mind control room and everything. The main theory about Stanley Parable that takes place in Aperture Science. Really? Okay, well, yeah, that's a. I mean, the connection is there, right, with the portal reference there, and also the fact that it's in Source, and it's a very easy connection to make. I would like to think that it's taken actually place in the Minecraft universe. No, that's not a thing.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Nope.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly
I
well.
already, I
Perhaps he
do.
wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Just to admire it. No, I'm actually going there to run through it in full speed.
The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley?
So this
Its
dialogue
grace,
changes as
its
well,
subtle charm.
isn't it? Doesn't
No.
it?
Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Darker. It is a nice room, by the way. It's like, it is kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly
Okay, I've heard that
captivating
one though.
that even though all your co-workers, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So yeah, okay, we come to another crossroads. Last time we took the elevator down. This thing leads directly back to the left door route. So we're not. I think we basically exhausted all the options that are behind us and all the options that are to the left of us. So all we gotta do is the right ones. And yeah.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
But what is my job? How do you know? I was actually pushing buttons, wasn't I? Well, I say that I'm not Stanley, even though. That is the question. So there's nowhere to go but forward anyway. Okay. Thanks for locking the door. I don't know who does that, but if the narrator wants me to follow the path, I still could have gone back. We don't have a key card, unfortunately. Do not jump from the cargo lift while it is in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse of cargo lift, 1,000. Penalty for jumping of the cargo lift, 5,000. Okay. What if we are dead? By the way, we can kill ourselves here, if I'm not mistaken. Again, there is a van that has their lights on, even though there is not a single other human being. What they've been whisked away, even when they were driving, or meant to. So I guess I'm gonna kill myself here then, because, well, because that's an ending too.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death.
It's very violent.
Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Oh, holy crap. What happened here? Was that because I suicided? Am I in hell now? Is this hell?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
That's a lot of papers everywhere. I don't know if I've ever seen this. I don't know if I've ever seen this bit.
When Stanley came to a set of two
And
open
it
doors,
looks just the
he
same
entered the
though
door
here.
on his left.
Again, nothing changed. Not
This was
much
not the
anyway.
correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back, and lingered for a minute or two.
Yeah,
Now
as I'm
it's only
saying.
half there. Just a kind of, tingle.
I haven't heard this dialogue before. There are different dialogues.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No. Forget it.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Stop it, okay? Stop. It's not true. I'm very good at following directions.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
What?
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
For her? Okay. Can we go
This
back on
is
the
Stanley.
elevator?
Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Still locked. I don't know. Do I kill myself here though? Will the dialogue change? I will have to try. I guess we have the time to faff about. Ugh.
But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story
Odjet
and
pryč
no
a
one
nikdy
gets
se
to
to
tell
už
him what to
neukazuje.
do, Stanley
Rozumíš?
left from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
So yeah, the dialogue is the same. Hi. Hi. Yeah. I know there are at least two options. Like you can go forward or you can jump down onto the ledge thing. And the papers are gone, by
Just
the
a
way.
step through this door, Stanley thought to himself, that's all I need. If I can make it through this door, I can make it through them all.
And there is no way to go back there then, I guess, beyond the lift. Or even beyond, I guess, where does it close off actually,
When
the
Stanley came to
decision?
a set of two open, this was not
I know
the
this
correct way
doesn't-
to the meeting room, and
doesn't-
Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
This doesn't stop you, but you cannot go back to the door decision, does it?
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach,
Yeah.
giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly love.
Okay. Well, maybe. I said it's a nice room.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings.
Don't sass me. Stop sassing me, okay? I don't know how long does this go for. Let's exhaust this dialogue.
At this point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
Because of Stanley. So yeah, you can't go back, not even here.
Stanley sat around waiting for more dialogue. But when a long
Yeah,
time had
okay,
passed and
I'm
there
sorry.
was no more,
Yeah.
he decided that the game was trying to send him a message.
This was a dialogue, though. Again, the narrator has been known to lie, so is it the case this time again? It seems not. It seems like this time the narrator didn't lie. Okay.
But at
And again,
last,
the
he
door
had enough
closes.
of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
So yeah, this is the only way to go back to the left. To go to the left door, not back. Well, I guess back, but there's no way to loop through the conference room, which is weird. There are some parts where you can actually backtrack and stuff. Oh, you are. That is actually fantastic. Though you said you watched this a lot of times. I don't know whether we should spoil this for you. It feels like some of the impact of this game gets lost. Like, it's not a long game. Not even when you try to exhaust all the options. I don't. Maybe I don't want to influence your buying decisions and stuff, but maybe it would be better to wait for the deluxe edition. No, because there would be actual new content. It feels like if you actually watch this for such a long time, with so many, I guess, streamers or other content creators, there's everything to know about the game. Like, is there something that you want to experience for yourself? Or it's a fantastic game, don't get me wrong, and just to support it is I guess a good and noble thing, but it feels like it's the kind of game that once you get spoiled on, it doesn't offer much more. The deluxe edition, you mean? Deluxe, what? How do you read it? Sorry for that. It is supposed to come out. Like, I don't know when. I know there was someone who talked about it earlier. It doesn't have a set date, I guess, but it might be worthwhile just to wait for that edition and not buy this game. But again, I don't want to detract you from it necessarily. Okay, let's move on.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
So yeah, let's go forward. Just straight forward.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Okay. Oh, Jesus.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
And what if I don't? The lighting is terrible here. I can barely make out the phone. So showered in bloom. It's a cool scene though. I guess no dialogue comes here. This will ring forever. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Thank you very much. And I think it's better if you just don't see everything and spoil yourself. So yeah, hope you enjoy the game, whether you decide to buy it or not. Thank you. So yeah, I'm picking up the phone. Jesus, it's blinding. Okay, 427.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven.
I can't move.
All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha! Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Hold on. I don't want to.
Sorry, but you're in my story now.
Wow. He can get so sinister. It's crazy.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, oh, 0. What? Can I?
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him.
Hold on.
Except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful, and each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
I thought Stanley was happy though. Please press Q to watch TV.
So he began to fantasize about his own
There
job.
it is.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped out from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
So it is actually changing into my office, isn't it? To spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Is that 0 again?
As he wandered through this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable. It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in
I don't know
his
where
head, he
kids would
relived
actually
it
fit into
again
this small
and then
flat.
again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time. But there is no answer. How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets. The more he forgets which life is the real one.
It's kind of cool, like the way the things that are described sort of on the screen by pushing the button. Those are exactly the things that disappear, like make dinner. Okay, I press to make dinner, and actually the whole kitchen counter was replaced by filing cabinets. What was it before? What was here? Yeah, as things got replaced, tell your wife to love her and you delete your wife instead. That's interesting. What is going on? I can't.
And
Oh,
I'm
that was
trying
a
to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
I know this is a catch. I remember this moment from my first playthrough. But we didn't replace the bed. That is also noteworthy. Oh no. Oh no, I thought I would actually take a little break now and turn the stream off for a second. I can't do it now. I would push a button. I can't even like change the I can actually change the angle of the camera, but I will push a different button, okay? Or whatever button I press, if I alt tab now, and will progress the story. So I will push a different button, okay? What's the opposite of U? I don't know. C. Well, okay. I can't push any other buttons, so U it is.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
To question nothing.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
Huh. Did I push a button? That was kind of accidental. But we're back. Okay. We are back. Okay, just for the sake of my sanity when downloading and re-uploading this to YouTube, I will pause the stream. I will pause the stream briefly. Just the stream, not the game, of course. It's just to split the video file, because I downloaded from Twitch. I don't have any extra capture that would save the video file directly, so what I do is always re-upload it from Twitch, which I don't know whether is a sensible thing to do, but it's the way I do it. So in order to do that, I will just split it into smaller files. So that is the only reason I'm pausing Twitch. Also, again, I will probably take a little small walk around my miniature apartment just to get the blood going and wake up a little bit, because it is currently 3:30 in the morning where I'm at, and yeah, the stream is only starting and I'm already falling on my mouth a little bit with well, I've been going at it for a while, so I'm a little tired. Never mind. and more like I'm not tired, I'm just sleepy because obviously my body is used to sleeping by this time.
Stanley stood for a long time in one spot. It's part of a game. He likes to see how long he can go without dying. So far, he's doing excellent. And if he just
So
stays
anyway,
right
I
where
will
he
pause
is,
the stream
I'm sure he'll keep up
and
that good
restart
momentum.
it in a
Let's
minute or so,
observe
a
the
minute or
genius
two.
at work.
So don't worry, I'll be back, and we will go through for the rest of the day. Hopefully coming up with something new. We'll see.